Welcome back everybody. Today we're reading some terrifying Reddit stories and I hope you have a wonderful time. And also subscribe if you want to. The first one that we're going to read is called, Am I the gay hole for not telling my partner that I bled in the bed? I've been with my partner for 5 years and we've been living together for about 5 months. This morning I got my period while we were sleeping in bed. I noticed at 4 in the morning, so I got up to clean myself up a bit and then I got back in bed at about 7. It was just a little bit that had gotten into the bed. Luckily I caught it quick. When my partner got out of bed a few hours after, I pulled the sheets off the bed and I put them in the washing machine right away. I then told him what happened and he was disgusted. He's upset that I didn't wake him to tell him that I'd bled in the bed. I told him it was just a little bit, and by the time I got back out of bed at 7, a few drops had dried. He said it's disgusting that I let him roll around in it. Am I the gay hole for not waking him up? I did not think it was a big deal, but I don't want to be disgusting. You're not being disgusting, OP. Your partner's a baby. Oh my god. That's so bad. That's not disgusting. Bro, you're scared of a couple of drops of blood? Christ. Yeah, the top comment, must be weird after 5 years finding out that your partner's a baby. And the comment below that too, and you know that he would have complained if she did wake him up to change the sheets. There's no way for OP to win here. Yeah, like OP was being considerate by not waking him up. Like, of course it's not a big deal anyway. OP's period caught them by surprise. Like, imagine calling that disgusting. The second top comment says, I once bled in the bed with a guy that I didn't even really know that long, and I was so embarrassed and I apologized, and he said, no, I'm honored, and I'll accept nothing else for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Your partner is definitely the a-hole here, OP. And grow up, dude. It's not a big deal. And like this comment says too, not the a-hole. So he would have preferred it if you woke him up at 4 in the morning just to change the bedsheets over a little bit of blood. Yeah, sure, he definitely wouldn't have berated you for that decision either. Yeah, that little face perfectly sums this up. Yeah, your partner needs to grow up, OP. Getting angry at you and calling it disgusting. Yeah, like this comment says, your partner sounds like a child, not the a-hole. That's actually so frustrating because OP was being super considerate by not waking him up. But no, he said it's disgusting that I let him roll around in it. Bro, come on. That is such a bad reaction to this. Like, not only to even make a big deal about it, but also to be disgusted by it. And on top of that, actually angry at OP because they let him roll around in it. Like, how old are you two, OP? This comment says your partner's the a-hole. I can't even. The comment below that says, if I told my partner that I accidentally bled and then washed the sheets, he'd be like, okay, cool, what's for dinner? Girl, get somebody better. Yeah, the comment below that one, mine would have offered to help with the sheets. Yeah, that's so bad. Like, how dare you let me roll around in your disgusting filth? A drop of blood? Ew, how disgusting. And then to get upset at OP. Yeah, that one is so annoying. Okay, the next one that we're going to read is called, Am I the gay hole for telling off a lady in a supermarket after she made the teenage cashier cry? Okay, so I already feel like you're not the a-hole, OP. So this happened yesterday and I'm still wondering if I overreacted. I, 35 female, was doing my usual weekly grocery shopping at a local supermarket. It was a busy afternoon and the line at the checkout was pretty long. I was waiting patiently when I noticed the woman in front of me, probably mid-50s, becoming increasingly agitated as the teenage cashier, who couldn't have been older than 17, was scanning her items. The cashier seemed a bit flustered. I could tell that she was probably new, making a few mistakes here and there, but nothing serious. The older woman, however, was not having it. She started to mutter under her breath and roll her eyes and tap her foot. Finally, when the cashier accidentally scanned an item twice and needed to call for a supervisor to void it, the woman lost it. She started berating the poor girl, saying stuff like, how hard can it be to do this job? You can't even do a basic task. You're wasting people's time. She just kept going on, and the more that she yelled, the more flustered the cashier got until she started tearing up. I stood there for a second hoping the lady would cool down, but she didn't. The poor cashier was clearly trying her best to keep it together, and that's when I stepped in. I said to her, you don't have the right to treat somebody like that. She's doing her best and it's only a mistake. If you're so unhappy, maybe you should try working like her for a day and see how easy it is. The woman looked stunned and told me to mind my own business. I replied, it is my business when you're making a kid cry over something as stupid as groceries. The cashier supervisor had arrived by then and stepped in to handle the situation. And then the woman stormed off, still muttering and cursing. After she left, the cashier thanked me with teary eyes, but a couple of people behind in line gave me looks like I was the one that had done something wrong. So now I'm second guessing myself. So am I the a-hole because I told her off? No, definitely not the a-hole, OP. How bitter and sad that person must be. Yeah, like the top comment, not the a-hole. That miserable. Yeah, the audacity to go into a shop and make somebody cry. Over what? The fact that they scanned something twice? Because like OP said, they're probably new and they're trying their best. No, you're definitely not the a-hole, OP. You did a good job. Like this comment says, not the a-hole. You help the cashier and you'll make others think twice about remaining quiet when crappy people need to shut the hell up. Good for you. And it is your business. It's called being a good person. Yeah, when somebody's causing a scene and being awful right in front of you, it kinda is your business. Like, oh, mind your own business and stay out of it. Let me be awful to this person who definitely doesn't deserve it. There's a comment that says it's never wrong to stand up for somebody. And yeah, that's so true. I feel so sorry for the cashier. You did a good job, OP. I don't know why people in the line were acting like you did something wrong. Good on you for standing up for the cashier. That's so wild though. People can be so nasty for no reason. Okay, the next one says, am I the a-hole for making my daughter take a break from going to her best friend's house because the mum purposely bought her a smaller sized dress? About 2 weeks ago, my 14-year-old daughter Bonnie was out shopping with her best friend Gigi and also Gigi's mum Lauren. While they were out, Lauren bought them both dresses that she thought were cute, except she bought Bonnie a size 3. Bonnie said that she picked out one that was her size, but Lauren put it back and said that the size 3 would be her aspirational dress that she could work towards fitting into. No, that's so bad. I can already tell that you're not the a-hole, OP. When she came home, she gave it to me and was upset, but also didn't want to say anything bad about Gigi's mum, which I get. First off, Bonnie is a healthy girl. Gymnastics until she was about 11 and grew several inches, dance in the fall and track in the spring, and they were all her choices, so she's got an athletic sort of build. Gigi is a smaller girl, barely 5 feet, and so I thought at first that she got them mixed up. She told me that Gigi's mum got it for me to aspire to try to get into by working hard. I said I'd take care of it and I'll get her the right size. The next day, I called Gigi's mum Lauren and I asked her why she'd do that. She explained that she thought that it would give Bonnie something to work towards because she heard Bonnie saying that she didn't get asked out last year, but Gigi had several boys after her. It's about boys? Oh my god. But Gigi had several boys after her and that it seemed like it upset her. Oh my god, Lauren is a bully. That is so not okay for her to say. What is wrong with Gigi's mum? Work hard and then you can fit into this dress so that you'll get attention from boys? Yuck. I told her it was inappropriate and asked her why she'd tell a kid that she needed to lose weight in order to get attention from boys. She got defensive and said that it was obviously embarrassing for Bonnie to not have boys into her when all of her friends do. Oh, the audacity. She basically said that I'm holding Bonnie back from growing up. Like I won't help her with boys and I won't drop hundreds at Sephora. I still dress her like a kid and I buy B&BW sprays instead of fancy perfumes. She said that it's messing with Bonnie socially. I bet you it isn't. And she's the only one in her friend group who hasn't had a boyfriend. This is so wild. Gigi's mum is the one who's messing with Bonnie. Then she got personal and said that just because I've given up and stopped trying doesn't mean I have to turn Bonnie into a nun. Oh my god, Lauren is awful. For the record, this is partially true, but it's also because Bonnie doesn't want that stuff. I have offered to get her more than Cetaphil skincare and she doesn't want it. She got straight A's last year and I took her to AITA for a spree and all she wanted was some lip gloss and then asked me for the body spray instead. I said it's time for a break. The girls can still hang out, but I don't want Bonnie at Gigi's house. Bonnie got upset over it and I can deal with that. Gigi's mum, however, has gone nuclear over it. Yeah, I'm sure she has. Spreading poison everywhere that she can about me being psycho and doubling down on how it's all because I don't want my daughter to be happy with a boyfriend when I'm single and no man would touch me, which is so childish. And I've been shocked to see how other people have reacted to this. So now I am questioning my own parenting, which I never do. Am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. Gigi's mum is the most immature person I feel like we've read about in a long time. You know how in Mean Girls, what's her name, Regina? She's the one, isn't she, Regina? Yeah, Regina George. You know Regina's mum in Mean Girls? Like how she tries to act super cool and stuff? She reminds me so much of Gigi's mum. Like trying so hard to still be like a bloody teenager and all the while being super toxic and an awful parent. I can't remember if Regina's mum was a bad parent or not, but like trying to get so personally involved with them and being concerned about them having boyfriends and stuff. Gigi's mum sounds like a toxic, awful person. Like she never matured past a high schooler. She was like, okay, I'm a toxic, gossipy bully. I'm never gonna mature and I'm never gonna grow up and I'm gonna keep acting like this for the rest of my life. I can't believe what we just read. Telling a 14-year-old that they need to lose weight so that they can get attention from boys? That's disgusting for a fully grown adult to say. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. Gigi's mum is toxic. This is not somebody that you want your daughter exposed to or associating with. She's only 14. She's still a kid. It's not messing with her socially to treat her in an age-appropriate way. Gigi's mum implying that your daughter needs to lose weight is also also beyond unacceptable. Her own kid is probably on her way to an eating disorder. You don't want your daughter in that boat. Yeah, and gossipy as well. Spreading a whole bunch of rumors and toxic stuff about OP. That is so gross. God, if you want to feel better about yourself as a person, all you have to do is read these stories. This comment says, Lauren is a gossip and a bully. You can't control what other people think about you or say about you. It's a life lesson to teach your daughter. Hold your head high. If anybody tries to talk about it to you, simply explain that you're choosing not to allow any woman to fat shame your daughter by buying her clothes that are too small for her and telling her that she needs to lose weight to please boys. You find the behavior abhorrent and you're protecting your daughter from that kind of toxicity. You're doing a great job. Your daughter may not appreciate it now, but she will as she gets older. Why on earth any woman is pushing for 13 to 14-year-old girls to have boyfriends is beyond me. What the crap? Yeah, what the crap indeed. What a revolting thing to teach your daughter. And also the friend of your daughter. Yeah, keep your daughter away from GG's mum, OP. And of course you're not the a-hole. You're being a good parent. Okay, the next one says, am I the gay hole for needing more time to sort out how I feel about the babysitter? Erasing a love note from my late husband? Oh, God. My late husband would be 44 male and I 43 female. Used to leave each other notes in dry erase marker on the mirror and on the counter by the coffee maker. When he passed away 3 years ago, I put tape over his notes to preserve them, seemingly forever. Having 3 young children, I hired a babysitter to help out. She's been with us for a year, and one of the first things that I pointed out was the notes. The other day, she removed the tape and wiped away the notes, stating that she wasn't thinking and was only trying to help clean up, and she thought it was something that the kids did. It said, forever my girl. Being rather upset, but also open to the idea that it has been 3 years, maybe it is time to remove the notes. I told her that I needed space to figure things out. I'm leaning towards asking her not to come back because I can't get over it. It seems intentional on some level, but that may just be my hurt talking. Even if it is a lapse in judgment, I wanted to be the one to take it off when ready. It's been 2 days and I'm still not ready to have her back yet, and she keeps on asking if she can work. Am I the a-hole for wanting to say no, or for wanting to say that I can't move past it? No, you're definitely not the a-hole, OP. But was it really an accident? Like this comment says, she's been with you for a year, she was told about the notes, and for her own reason she knowingly removed the tape to wipe off the messages. She knew it wasn't the kids. The messages have been there for a year. Whether it's too long to have them or not is nobody's business but your own, as was the decision to remove them or not. Huge invasion of privacy in my opinion. I would not have her back, not the a-hole. And the top comment says, it seems intentional on some level, but that may just be my hurt talking. She's worked for you for a whole year. The notes were shown to her and explained from the get-go, but one day she just forgot and thought one of the children wrote my forever girl to you. I'm not buying it. She's probably one of those people who think that grief has an appropriate timeline and an expiration date, and that people need to be forcefully helped along. This was not her place in any form or fashion. It's pretty outrageous. Even if it had been an accident, you're still deeply upset, and you're allowed to no longer want to employ somebody who's caused you grief, not the a-hole, and take care of yourself. I'm sorry this happened to you, OP. Edit to add, like it's been pointed out by other commenters, she would have had to scrape it carefully placed 3-year-old tape and wipe it even older ink twice. 2 different locations to remove love notes. And on both occasions she forgot that I was explicitly told not to touch this. I'm not buying the autopilot. I thought it was the kid's excuse at all. Yeah, no, either. Like, yeah, for a whole year they knew not to touch it, but suddenly they forget, but they didn't forget any other time? No, you're definitely not the a-hole for feeling how you feel, OP. That's so wild. Okay, the last one that we're going to read is on the entitled people subreddit. My sister-in-law thinks that having kids entitles her to our family's cabin all winter. So my grandparents own a cabin near a ski resort about an hour and a half from where we live. It was used a lot when I was a kid by most of my family, but there was a couple-year gap when all of my generation moved away for school that it sat empty. In the last year, more of us have moved back and started using the cabin. It was easy to share as only 5 of us use it, and we're all considerate that it's a family-owned place, so we message each other about availability and what essentials like cleaning supplies need to be replaced. This changed with my brother, his wife, and 3 kids. My sister-in-law always claimed to hate the place because it's not for entertainment. It's mainly a place for people to crash on a ski trip. So last year she put her kids on the ski team and went around the rest of the cousins to my grandparents directly, saying that she wants to use it more often. Grandparents were okay with it, saying that as long as it's not reserved by the others, they can use it. She proceeded to reserve every weekend that winter, not even using half of them. When I asked about getting a weekend, she was really weird about it over the phone. So I visited her to find a free weekend. When I asked her about having every weekend booked, she said, "We don't want it every weekend. We just want the ability to go every week, and we don't want to decide until that Friday." Oh my God. Oh my God, the audacity. That is so ridiculous. She said that with a straight face, expecting it to be normal. Well, I reached out to the other cousins that use it, and I found out everybody had gotten a similar response from her. Most had just moved back to town and assumed that was normal because she's the only one with kids. We went to my grandparents as a group and we explained the situation. They changed the policy. Now each of us gets an even amount of weekends that we can swap with each other if we want to. And this pissed off my sister-in-law. She's been frantically calling all of us trying to get our weekends, saying stuff like she already invited friends on specific weekends or her kids need to be there on certain dates. When that failed, she started texting all of us demanding that we don't go on our weekends. Well, we got all our texts together and we went to the grandparents. Now my sister-in-law can only use the place when she gets confirmation that none of us are going to be there. So basically never. And she's still freaking out. But it has gotten my cousins and I closer as we've all agreed to be adults about it and just talk to each other when a conflict arises. Edit. Well, this blew up. Thank you to everybody for the kind responses. To answer the most asked questions, number one, it's not an Airbnb. I check every year. There's a nearby cabin that's on Airbnb that we have used if large groups want to go up. She could be doing it under the table with friends, but I think it's more about clout. Number two, my brother doesn't get involved. He sees himself as above these petty squabbles, but sister-in-law is definitely parroting his opinions. I don't think she would do this without his agreement. My grandparents are awesome. These aren't big blowouts with them. They're 2 to 3 minute parts of longer visits. We are mainly adults. We can discuss this stuff pretty fast and calmly with them. And yeah, I wrote instead of our. I wrote this quickly on my phone on a work break. Sorry to the numerous people who seem to find that offensive. And number 5, yeah, rich people problem. Thank you for commenting that. Wow, your sister-in-law is the worst. That is so unbelievably entitled. Yeah, like the top comment says, what a shame your sister-in-law can't be an adult too. Yeah, what a joke. Like, oh yeah, this cabin is mine now. I'm entitled to it whenever I want it. Yeah, okay, after what we've read today, I've got to read something wholesome. That's enough terrifying Reddit stories for today. Look how much he's grown. My son. Oh, that's so cute. It's so funny how tiny little kittens can be. And they grow up so fast. When Chia was only a little baby, this is what she looked like. And now this is what she looks like. And it hasn't even been that long. They grow up so fast. It brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you did, make sure you subscribe if you want to. And the comment of the day once again goes to Spider Gamer. Day 131 of telling the Vincey fam god-awful jokes I heard on the internet. Did you hear about the guy who won the award for the best knock-knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. That's so funny. Thank you for commenting that. I really appreciate it. I love seeing the funny joke comments. And thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a good time today. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. So make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!